What's up, peeps? Nick Battle, aka NinosCorner, man. First off, if you like this content that's coming to you on this YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. Just go do it, man. And also, guys, if you're listening to this on the podcast, go give me a 5-star comment, a like, a review. Helps out immensely. But today, we're going to talk about 5-star quarterback from Gardena, California, Maalik Murphy. He is supposed to be visiting the Longhorns here this weekend and staying for, I guess, 4 or 5 days. And so what is this going to do for Texas, guys? What is going to be the Maalik Murphy effect? Well, guys, we all know that Texas is in a quarterback musical chair situation right now. Right? We had 4 quarterbacks that we have targeted for this 2022 class who are blue chippers, 3 coming from the state of Texas. First, we got Quentin Ewers, who is committed to Ohio State University. So he's not coming here, guys. He's committed to Ohio State. He was previously committed here to Texas, dropped his commitment, going to Ohio State. The next guy is Connor Weigman, who just committed to Texas A&M. So what does this leave us, guys? It leaves us with Maalik Murphy and possibly Cade Klubnik. What do we like about both of these guys? First off, Cade Klubnik is an Aggie legacy. So when Connor Weigman actually, told A&M that he is coming there, it soaked up his spot there at A&M. Okay, so even if he thought about going to A&M, or even if he didn't want to, but if A&M was his prime destination because of his family ties, that's out of the picture now. Because Weigman's there, and you're not going to have 2 guys who are, top 25 players here in the state of Texas, fringe top 100 players in the country come in the same, class of 2022 at the quarterback position. You can do that with running backs. You can do that with wide receivers. You can do that with pretty much any other position you want to in college football except the quarterback position. So in the state of Texas, that leaves us one school, the University of Texas, that is a big primetime school, which is the flagship school of this state, that doesn't have a quarterback position field. You would think easy slot field would be Cade Klubnik coming into Texas, taking that job. It just makes too much sense. Hey, Maalik Murphy knows what's going on. He sees this musical chairs here in Texas. What does he decide to do, guys? He's coming to take a visit on his own dime here to Austin this weekend and staying to Thursday, I think. Why is he doing that? He wants to see what it is at Texas and see if he needs to pull that trigger to commit here. So what do we like about Murphy? Okay, if you look at this video here, guys, this guy is 6'4", 230 pounds. He can make every throw with his arm. He is an amazing kid when it comes to throwing the ball. He can, he can actually throw the ball 75 yards on a straight line. This kid's only 16, 17 years old. So you're looking at a guy whose body is going to mature also. So he's already 6'4", 230. He's probably going to fill out to 240, 245. He actually scrambles out of the pocket to look down the field to pass the ball. Like I said, his arm talent is great. He makes these side throws almost like a baseball player sometimes. I love his game. I do. I love his talent. I love it a lot. One thing that I think is going to be a benefit to whatever school he goes to, whether it's Texas or anywhere else in the country, is that a lot of kids want to play with him. He has one of those infectious attitudes. So there are 2 wide receivers that have already gone on the record that say that they want to go play with Maalik Murphy. And those 2 guys are both 5-star 2022 wide receiver recruits. One is Kevin Coleman. The other one is CJ Williams. Both 5-star guys, top 100 guys here in the country, actually top like 25 or 30 in the country. They can ball out when it comes to catching the ball. They are great receivers, and they want to come play with Murphy. So wherever he goes, these guys are probably going to follow. Texas is the hot name right now. We got the brand new head coach who has the best offense, or quote unquote one of the best offenses to ever grace a football field in college football for the last 2 years, at Alabama. So you got that offense that's going to be instilled here at Texas. Kids want to come play in this offense. So if Murphy says that he's coming to the good guys and he's coming to Texas, expect more skill positions on the offensive side of the ball to also come to Texas. Now, there are a few things that I don't like about Murphy, and not, like about his game. It's just that we haven't seen him in the bright lights. He has never started in a varsity football season. So he's never stepped field on the varsity field and started. So we want to see that. So he's getting these rankings. He's a top 50 player in the country. He's getting these rankings based on potential. He has a bunch of potential, guys. He has a high ceiling, very high ceiling. Some believe that he has a low floor also because we haven't seen him with the bright lights. I don't believe that he is a low floor guy. I think that his floor is a lot higher than some people are actually giving him credit for. I think he can be a great player here at Texas or any school where he's going to go to because he just has that natural arm talent. And if you have a quarterback coach who knows how to coach or a head coach who is a quarterback guru like Sark or like a Lincoln Riley, you're going to be able to see the true talents come out of this kid. And I think he's going to be an amazing player. Now, I have a couple comps here, guys, people that I like to compare him to. And so just drew my notes, guys. My comps are, well, first off, people call him Baby Cam, like Baby Cam Newton. And it's mainly because of his size. He's 6'4", 230, right? So, I don't think he's more of a Cam Newton type player. Cam could abuse you with the run. I don't see him doing this. I see his arm talent being a lot better than what Cam Newton's was, at this level. Cam is a hell of a runner. He's a big guy that's bigger than most defensive ends. His body was just sculpted different too. You're talking about Cam's a chiseled guy. Murphy is not a chiseled guy. He has your prototypical quarterback body, right? He's still 16, 17 years old. He's just a kid, right? So, but he doesn't have that Cam Newton, like strength basically where he's 250 that can take on a defensive end or a linebacker. But my comps for him is not Cam Newton. My comps are Jameis Winston because he can make all the throws. And Jameis also, could run a little bit, but he, scrambled to make the pass. But if Jameis could clean up the interceptions and the turnovers, he'd be a lot better quarterback than what he actually turned out to be, which is still not a bad quarterback. We're talking about a guy who won a Heisman, a national championship, first pick of the NFL draft, rookie of the year, and a Pro Bowl selection. And if you told a kid at the age of 16 that he was going to do that in his career, he would sign up for it, okay? So I think he has the arm talent of a Cam Newton. of a Jameis Winston. I would love to see him when the bright lights come on because that's when you kind of see what a kid's made of when he plays against those other talented folks in a game setting. My other comp for him, and as Big 12 folks can really understand who this guy is, Josh Freeman that played at Kansas State. You guys remember him, 6'5", 6'6", 235, 240-pound guy who also scrambled out of the pocket to pass the ball down the field. He had a hell of an arm talent also, but he was a great player here. Well, not here at Texas, but, here in the Big 12 at Kansas State. First-round draft pick to the Buccaneers also, back in the day. I think he finished his career with almost 15,000 yards passing. So he had a pretty successful career also, in college and in the pros. So I think he has that kind of arm talent for both of those guys, has the potential to be that kind of player. So I'm excited to see him play. But I want to see him play in a game setting. The only thing that we've actually seen him play in is these 7-on-7 tournaments, but he's been lighting it up. And this is against, great talent at the cornerback position, at the safety. He's fitting the balls into the right, windows. He's making the right throws. Very athletic kid, man. He can do backflips at 6'4", 230 standing backflips. He throws the ball like he's throwing a baseball. He does no-look throws. I mean, he's an exciting kid to watch. You just turn on some of the film. But yeah, Texas fans, if you had your choice, man, we got Murphy and we got Klubnik. Who do you take? Who do you take, man? Who do you think's going to take that last spot? I think Murphy's going to leave Texas after this trip and take that spot. I think he understands the musical chairs down here at Texas. I think he wants to come down here. I think he just wants to see this campus and make sure that this is what he wants to do. He's coming on his own dime, so he has no contact with the coaches. He's just going to come on his own dime and see this campus himself, which means he's very serious, especially coming from Los Angeles to Austin, Texas. He's very serious. So let's see how this works out, how this goes around, but I'm excited to see what's going to happen with this. I look forward to seeing some news on this and just the movement around this. But on that note, guys, man, we're going to end this podcast. I always end this, guys, on the do you message, man. Don't be afraid to fail. Outgrow your environment. Understand your brilliance, man. On that note, man, Nino's Corner, I'm out. Salute.